Yo guys, what's up? It's me, Fang Banger. In this video, I'm going to be bringing you another FIFA 13 career mode. And in this video, I am a manager for West Ham United. We are coming off a nice 2 victories from our comeback. Beating Chelsea in the Capital One Cup was a pretty big deal for us. I know they weren't starting, their best players, but we were looking to get that win in the tournament. I do not know exactly who we'll be playing next, but I think it's going to be in December. So we won't have to worry about that for a while. I am currently looking for a right mid. I know everybody's been sending me all this information on players that I can pick up, but as of right now, I'm looking for a right mid, preferably a pacey right mid because I don't have a ton of pace on my team. I've got on the left mid position, I have Jarvis and I have Memphis Depay, but besides that, most of the other players aren't as pacey as I would like them to be. So I go out and I start taking a look at some players. I started out just by changing the age between the ages of 17 and 24. And at first it was giving me, some like strong, highly rated players that were kind of young or at that age. But it wasn't giving me the pace. So you're going to see here in just a little bit, I'm going to change it to where I think I want them to have like 80 plus pace or possibly 90 plus pace. Because that'll give me more of what I want, and I want them to be obviously fast, but then I want them to have an ability to hopefully have some good finishing, because sometimes I do try to score goals with my right mid, or they could also be my right wing, I guess. But other than that, I'm really just trying to push them up the right wing so that I can cross it to somebody big like Carroll in the middle, to bake in a header, which is a lot harder in this game than what I've dealt with, obviously in the past game. And so when I put that pace in, I start getting all these players and I start taking a look at them, and there's some that kind of catch my eye. I'm kind of going for the people that show, great potential. So we have Joshua Gott here, who shows great potential and is also a really quick player, has pretty good finishing. He's 74 overall rated right now, so it's somebody I want to look at. I know that Jose Rosas is in the Ultimate Team, or I've played with him on one of my Ultimate Teams, and he did really good there, but I'm not sure if I exactly would like to pick him up. I think I inquire about him, but somebody I'm really interested in is this Jody Lukoki. I just said Lukaku. I meant to say Lukoki. He looks like he's really quick, and he looks like he has the potential to be a good player, so I'm going to go ahead and try to inquire about him. Hopefully in January when the transfer window opens, I might be able to get a shot at him. I can't request any funds or anything like that until we get to that point. But I start looking at some of my players, and I'm obviously going to go for the old players who I know that I'm not going to try to use, and I'm doing what everyone said. I'm trying to either loan list them or put them on the transfer list. Right now, I don't have a whole lot. It looks like I've done that for a lot of my teams, so I don't have to worry about that just yet. There's some people that are young, I think, is who I'm putting on the loan list, the young guys who I want to go off to other teams and possibly give them a chance to play so that maybe they can be better and then they can come back and play for West Ham and hopefully have one of our rotation positions. Taking a look at some of my players, I've actually done really well with Memphis Depay. I've got him up to like a 72 rating from when he was a 69. Jordan Spence is growing a lot, and then Jack Butland, my keeper, is doing really well as well, but Joskeline, I believe, needs to at least get some bit of a chance. I don't think I give it to him in the first game against Newcastle United, but I give it to him later just because I want to sit Depay out. He's young, or not Depay. Butland out, he's young, and I want to give Joskeline, I can't ever say his name. I think I'm saying it right there. I want to give him a chance. He seems like he's not happy, and he's kind of going down in rating, and I don't want that to happen to him as a keeper because, I need him. So going to this first game, though, against Newcastle United, we're all riding on high. We've been doing good, and we start out the game really well as well. The match starts out and we end up, I keep the possession, at least on my end, for quite some time, and I get a really nice shot with Andy Carroll. I have no idea why, but he is so amazing for me in my career mode. I don't know if he is for other people in their career modes, but he's one of the highest scorers in our league, and he's doing really well. They end up getting a nice little goal of their own. Unfortunately, Jack Butland was not able to keep his hands on there and make the save. And so Cisse, who is a total beast, came out there and just totally scored on me. It was very disappointing. But I went into the half and I took a look at the roster, checked out to see who was tired. I thought Benayoun needed to take a little break. I usually put him in there for Diame. I'm not really interested in having Benayoun on my team, and I really like Diame. I think he's way more strong of a player, and hopefully I was thinking this is going to be good. This is going to be great. Cisse got injured. He ended up having to get taken out of the game. I believe they put in Ba for him, so I was like, all right, I got this now. That's like their best scorer. He already scored on me one time. I totally got this, and I screwed up on a slide tackle. He ended up getting wide open right here and just putting it right in my grill. I had that rage start, when they score on you and you're like, go, and you just rage and press start really quick. That's exactly what happened to me, and I was like, I've got to get back here and I've got to score. Let's change this to a 4-3-3 attack, and let's get out there and let's score a goal. Unfortunately, that just totally annihilated my defense. Like, Ball, look at him right there. He's like, yep, I'm the replacement for Cisse, and I'm a beast. And then again, they just come at me in full force, and I have no idea how to stop it. It was a humiliating match against Newcastle United. I was really disappointed in my team, really disappointed in my play, and I was like, how the heck did this end up happening? So, I have to go back, and I have to take a look and see what's going on with the team, why we're playing that bad, and then also just take a look at what's going on with the rest of my, West Ham as a whole. Looks like we still have Sergio Moreno as one of our youth squad players that hopefully is going to come in a few years. He's got a while to go, but he's going to come, and hopefully he's going to, be an all-star player for us. I decided to get a second scout. We got Jay Redshaw. He's who I could pretty much afford, the best I could afford. I would really like to have like a 4 or 5-star scout because obviously they'd get me better players. And then I obviously wanted to change my budget allocation because, I want to try to go for some of those right mids that I was looking at, and that means I'm going to have a higher transfer budget. And then, of course, I can also try to ask for some more cash or some more money whenever the time comes for the transfer window. There's a lot of teams that were not interested in like talking about giving me their right mid, which obviously means they probably just got them on the team or they really like having them and they don't even want to talk about how much money I would spend to have it. They're like, no, you can just be quiet over there. That's exactly what happened to me with Zaha. And after advancing everything, Jay Radshaw's arrived, and I guess I'm going to put him in, or at least it probably should show you what network I'm going to put him in. I believe I decided to go for either Spain or Portugal just because I wanted to move out of England. It didn't look like I was getting very many good prospects in England, and I wanted to try something else out. So I believe I went for Portugal. I'm going to put him in there for 3 months and see if he can get me the next Ronaldo, which I know, I just tried to say that in Italian. Might be good or might not. And I recall my other scout from England because I'm also going to try to send him to somewhere else. I'm not exactly sure. Where y'all think I should send him, let me know. That would be really appreciated because if there's some other countries that are going to have greater players, I would like to send him there. Going into the game against Man City, though, I was really thinking that it was going to be a beatdown. They were like the number 1 or number 2 team on the table. And it was one of the harder matches I played. Fortunately, though, somehow I just made it like really defensive, ultra defensive the whole time. And it became just like a battle of they couldn't score and I couldn't score. Although they had way more shots on goal than I did. I spent a lot of time on my half of the field playing defense and trying to stop Balotelli, who they started. And it was definitely really rough. But I did a really good job, I think. I had some opportunities of my own that I could have easily gotten. I have no idea how it didn't work. Like right here, I tried to go for this shot and like somehow Benayoun just makes the worst freaking shoot of his life. And then right here, I had Carroll. He was wide open. That should have went in. And it didn't go in. Unfortunately, I just said the worst shoot of his life. I meant shot. Guys, sorry if I sound like I'm totally out of it right now. But anyway, we ended up tying this game. It was 0-0. It was a draw. And I was really excited about that turnout because that means we at least get 1 point off of them. And they only get 1 point off of us. And they were one of the better teams in the league. So that means we can obviously make a comeback and we can win some games. That's it, though, for this episode of my FIFA 13 career mode. Look forward to the next episode where I start out playing Stoke. It should be an exciting game. I'm just going to let you know it was a wild ride. And until next time, get Fang Bang, nerds.